we spent a lot of time when we first started with the band.
Nearly 4 weeks.
Nearly 4 weeks struggling over the concept of what to call the band. The original ideas we had just didn't fit well with what we were trying to do. It just didn't work. Yeah, and you know, for me, starting a band from fresh is something I've never done before. I joined Bolt Thrower when they were established as a band. They'd done demos, they were about to do an album. So for me to start a band from fresh was a completely new, exciting thing to do. And to come up with a song with a band name was really difficult because 30 years ago you could come up with a band name and it'd be easy. There's not many bands in the genre at that point. 30 years on, everything you came up with, or any idea of a band name,
get a word and another
have
word,
been used.
Google it, they've both been used. It's a band already.
Back 30 years ago, you couldn't Google things. You know, you came up with a band name. If it worked, it stuck. These days, you can research it, and 9 times out of 10, there was something out there already. My original idea was possibly to use a Bolt Thrower song title.
We went through quite a few.
Remember. There's 88 song titles to choose from, 70 of which were reasonable band names, of which at least 50 were already used by other bands. So we quickly moved on from that. We started to we stopped thinking about a band name.
Yeah, we writ a few tracks
and thought,
if I remember.
Yeah, and we thought, right, let's just write some songs and hope that the band name would come organically from the songs that we were writing. And one of the first songs we wrote was
the intro to the album.
Intro, yeah, and that was I wrote the lyrics in the form of a tribute to Martin Kiddie Kearns, and from that we called that song Memoriam, and from that's where the name of the band developed from, and that was.
It's just a fitting tribute, really.
Yeah, and that has become the catalyst of why the band was started in the first place, and it's a constant thread throughout what we do, especially on this debut album that we're doing. A lot of the songs are a form of tribute to the dead. That's why we've called the album For the Fallen.
The main story behind it is because of Kiddie dying, and 3 weeks later my own father dying, and you know we just apart from just wanting to be in a band together, me and Carl especially needed to find an outlet, a way to get that grief out in the open. And all we've ever known is music, and it was the only way to do it. And what better way to do it than to remember our families and our friends for the fallen. That's what it's about.
What was the actual idea that we had though? Because we did change it slightly, didn't we?
What was that?
Didn't we change? We slim it down a bit for Fallen. It was something else.
Now Scott wanted to change it to about 200 fucking words or something.
I remember it being longer at first, didn't it? And then we just sort of said, shall we just do For the Fallen?